late to the first day of class. I actually just ran a 5K. Unfortunately, I only ended up getting second place because I felt bad for always getting first. I mean, in fact, you guys should be appreciative that I am teaching you guys because I could have ran for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Here's a photo of me running the marathon a couple years back. I actually almost beat the world record. Let's start by taking attendance. Let's see here. Jonathan.
Here.
Jiaoming.
Here.
Daniel.
Here.
Ooh, everyone's here today. All right, so hi everyone. My name is Scott Fulkerson. I'm gonna be your accounting professor this quarter. A little bit about myself. I worked at EY for 14 years, and I was actually Employee of the Year every single year. If you guys ever want to work for EY, just mention my name in your interview and it's pretty much an instant hire.
Yo, this class is pretty boring. You gotta make this class more interesting. Yo, wake up.
What's up?
I got some beers for us.
What do you got?
I got you a Budweiser, but I
thanks.
gotta keep the Coors, I'm sorry. Cheers.
What was that? Oh, wow. So what do we have here? You guys think it's acceptable to drink beer in my class?
But it's Molson Coors.
Oh, Molson Coors? I'm actually a huge fan. But what is this one? Budweiser. Get the hell out of my class.
Jeez. Wait, how long have you been here?
I've been here this whole time.
Damn, this Coors is probably really getting to me.
Goodness. Well, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to show you guys why I'm a fan of Molson Coors and not Budweiser. So these are some financial ratios of each of these two companies for 2018. Can anyone explain the first two ratios? How about you, Jonathan? Can you come up?
So basically, Molson Coors' asset turnover is 0.44 and Bush's asset turnover is 0.23. So this means, for example, for Coors, every dollar in assets that it has, it generates 44 cents in sales. And for every dollar in assets that Bush has, it generates 23 cents in sales. And Molson Coors' asset turnover is about twice as much as Bush's asset turnover. So now checking the inventory turnover, we see that Molson Coors is 11.13 and Bush's is 4.87. So inventory turnover is basically, the higher the number is, the faster the company is selling its stock of goods for 2018. And so basically, we see that both of these ratios, inventory turnover and asset turnover for Molson Coors, is way higher than Bush's two ratios.
Nice, good job, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Good work. So we have two more ratios here that I want to be analyzed. How about you, Daniel? Can you come up here and explain these to us?
Sure. So here we have long-term debt to shareholders' equity as 0.66 for Molson Coors and 1.63 for Bush. The higher the number, the higher the leverage and risk the company has. We want this number to be lower, and it appears that Molson Coors is much lower. And here we have operating cash flows to current liabilities. Basically, this ratio entails is the company generating enough cash flows to pay off its current liabilities. And here for Molson Coors, we have 0.61, and for Anheuser-Busch, we have 0.41. And for these reasons that I mentioned, both of these ratios are superior to Anheuser-Busch.
All right, thanks, Daniel. I think that was a good explanation for these ratios. And That's all we're gonna learn for today. So I'll see you guys next week.
Much later.
Oh, hi. How are you guys doing? Zijie, Jiaming, and Bryce. What are you guys doing? I'm recently so bored because of the virus. All stuff is closed. Gym closed, restaurant closed. I got nothing to do. So I just stay home and just drink some beers. That's it.
Oh, you're drinking beers. What's that?
Yes, I'm drinking the beer from Molson. It tastes really good.
Oh, talking about beer, I was kicked out by school because I drink beer during the lecture.
Oh, how come that happened, Jiaming?
I was drinking Budweiser, but Scott told me that Budweiser is a bad company and their product is not allowed in class. But he let the guys drinking Molson Coors stay.
Yeah, I think Molson Coors is definitely a better choice.
Hi, I heard Jiaming was kicked out by Scott because he drinking bad weather in the class. But the guy who drinking beer from Molson Coors was allowed in the class. So today I'm gonna talk about why Molson Coors is so popular and why Scott is a big fan of the Molson Coors. In 1786, English immigrant John Molson founded a brewery in Montreal, Canada. In 1873, German immigrant Adolph Coors founded a brewery in Colorado. Then, in 2005, Molson and Coors Company combined in a merger of equals. Afterward, Molson Coors evolved through many business combinations. The same year of the merge, the company acquired Cromore Brewing Company in Canada. Cromore is a small brewery and makes premier price beer. In 2008, Molson Coors and a sub-mailer formed a joint venture called Miller Coors to expand the operation in the U.S., which led the company to become the second largest brewery in the U.S. As the second largest brewery in the U.S. compared to Anheuser-Busch, and with over 170,000 employees, and Helicon with 70,000 employees. Molson looks extremely efficient with their less than 18,000 employees. In addition, the smaller organization and management of equity result in higher profit for their investor, with the EPS of Molson, Anheuser-Busch, and Helicon being 5.15 and 2.17 and 1.97. Those large earnings per share can be seen in their debt to equity ratio. Even in the time of the recession, Molson will still be alive, will still be able to survive. Molson Company today leading global brewery with approximately 18,000 employees, 31 breweries, and sell brand in over 50 different countries. Molson managed to produce a significant number of its size, but still compete with the largest breweries in the world. So next time, if you feel so bored in Scott class, please only drink the beer from the Molson Coors, and maybe he will join with you.
Econ for the history of Molson Coors. I will now be talking about the 5-year projected growth of revenue and cost of sales for Molson Coors. And as we have seen in the past 5 years, there's been an average growth of 23%, which is not normal for the company as they did a large acquisition of Miller Coors in late 2016. And we expect to see some smaller acquisitions from the company in the next 5 years, but nothing as great as the large acquisition in 2016. So we will see small increases in growth over the next 5 years for revenue. And as for cost of sales, they have brought out a revitalization plan to determine which products should be invested more. And as they discover this through product experimentation, we'll eventually see a tapering off of the cost of sales. But the large increase at the beginning of the years is due to these new products and trying to find which products are going to do the best, such as Blue Moon and Peroni. We also notice a large increase in expenses in 2019, which is due to the restructuring and impairment losses from their late 2016 acquisition, which we don't think is going to happen again in the next 5 years, except for the small acquisitions that Molson Coors plans to be a part of. So as you can see over here on my graph, we have the initial increase in the cost of sales, which is due to the revitalization plan as well as the restructuring costs as they grow more into the company. As we move along in the years, we will see that as the company matures more and more, they will know which products to invest in and which sales and sales will slowly be increasing at the same time. Overall, we're going to see the company mature as they still are registering their large growth from 2016. But we will eventually see a mature company in the next 5 years that is a great investment. Now I want to pass it off to ZJ.
Well, yeah, well, I think Molson Coors is really definitely a better choice. And I want to show you guys the beta of these two companies to see what's going on. Well, Molson Coors show a good beta is 0.9231, which is very close to 1. And this measurement is consistent with the market volatility, which means that the systematic risk of Molson Coors strictly follows the change in the market, and the investor of Molson Coors faces lower risk. Well, on the other hand, the Bush shows a slightly higher beta, which is 1.2732, which is indicate that it is kind of more volatile with the change in the market, and the investors of Bush face a higher risk when they're generating their return. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So Molson Coors must be the best beer company in the world. Okay, I'm going out and buy some Molson Coors stock now. See you guys next time.